Insects. The population of these little creatures, compared to the overall animal species on Earth, is quite a large one. It has long been recognized that insects are the most diverse group of organisms, more than any other.
Around 900,000 different kinds of living insects are known. This representation approximates 80% of the world's species. Most entomological authorities agree that there are more insect species that have not been described than those that have been previously named.
Estimates suggest that the total figure of insect species goes up to 30 million. Insects probably have the largest biomass of the terrestrial animals. At any time, it is estimated that an astoundingly numerous 10 quintillion individual insects are alive.
Just to give you some perspective on how big of a number 10 quintillion is, it is a 1 followed by 19 zeros. That many stars would be enough to create another Milky Way galaxy, and another 32 million just like it. Every single living being needs to consume energy in any possible way to survive, thrive, and prosper. Energy is the basis of dynamicity and life itself. It's constant adaptation through the harnessing of the goods in the surroundings. It's clear that we need nourishment to exist, and the huge biomass that insects represent provides an important amount of energy we could use.
Many argue that we should see insects as a major alimentary source, just as we do with livestock or plantations of any kind, and that we should truly exploit this valuable and profitable resource.
The riches of our home planet are available, and we should not let the opportunity pass by. Eating insects, entomophagy is indeed the future of human consumption, and the future is closer than it may seem.
Entomophagy, from Greek entomon, insect, and phagein, to eat, is the human usage of insects as a source of nourishment, often called human insectivory. Entomophagy is practiced in most parts of the world, though it is especially common in the tropic regions, where more than 2,000 different species of insects are known to be consumed. Insects have become a relevant basis in the diets of populations in Eastern Africa and the Asian and American South and Southeast, which have seen a stable source of food and these farmers a profitable way of sustaining their family economies with little expense. Most of the species eaten by humans are within the following taxonomic groups: Coleoptera, beetles; Lepidoptera, moths and butterflies; Hymenoptera, wasps, bees, and ants; Orthoptera, crickets, grasshoppers, and locusts; Isoptera, termites; Odonata, dragonflies; and Diptera, flies.
By 2050, over 9 billion people living on the planet will need to be fed. Farming insects for consumption isn't as harmful for the environment as producing any other major source of protein. And most importantly, the benefits insects grant to health and well-being are amazing and provide some nutrients that might surprise you.
Maybe our first idea of a healthy meal wouldn't be a beetle, a cockroach, a cricket, and absolutely not a fly, but we can attribute that to the fact that we don't know how amazingly full of nutrients they are. We wouldn't just eat the mussels, like we would do with mainstream sources of meat such as cows, chickens, and pigs. With insects, we would also consume bones and organs, providing zinc, iron, calcium, and vitamin B12. We'll use crickets as the most common example. Crickets contain all 9 essential amino acids. They also can provide twice proteins and almost 5 times magnesium contained in beef. Either eating them, farming them, or investing in them, all options are good. They are not only good, but delicious. We just need to be open-minded.
Certain civilizations have established insects as a main energy source in their diets. They live near the equator and the surrounding tropical areas, the perfect habitats and sanctuaries for all kinds of insects to be eaten. In the modern era, most of these groups have experienced some level of marginalization, partly due to their defenselessness. Their diets have helped them survive for centuries in zones where food access is difficult, defining their social and cultural identities. This is why the option of a massively extended entomophagy is a great and promising alternative for the actual lack of food in some populations.
actually starting to have a constantly ascending importance in global economies. Farmers just need a very small amount of money to breed these kind of animals, compared to mainstream sources of meat. Farmers can also sell the insects at a high price. This benefits their economy and helps them produce an even bigger amount of insects. Gourmet restaurants sell insects as an exclusive organic food, which keeps it a very high price. These actions help the economy of the countries that practice them. We can see that insects do have an impact in the economy.
Insects can help lower the rapid increase of food worldwide. This is one of the many benefits of insect farming. Insect farming hasn't been very well explored. That is why it can have many more benefits than we imagine. The demand for food of a growing population like ours is quite alarming. Insect farming may help minimize the damage to the environment. Insect farming could also offer important livelihoods to people in rural areas as minimal technical or capital expenditure is required for basic harvesting and rearing equipment. Insect trading can benefit growing communities and big cities like Bangkok, and if the market grows, prices of insects will be available to everyone. It's easier and cheaper to grow insects. To produce 1 kilogram of beef, you need 10 times more food than you'd need to produce 1 kilogram of insect protein. Insect farming reduces gas emissions such as CO2. They produce less greenhouse gases and less ammonia than cattle or pigs. Insects are extremely environmental friendly. They need less water, less food, and less space. They also reproduce at an incredibly high rate.
Eating these creatures may seem a taboo in Western civilizations. We decide to ignore their benefits. But the good signs are evident, and food shortages will become a common occurrence in the not distant future. Change is necessary, and the way of nature to change is evolution. We must evolve towards this lifestyle, and lose some style and keep our lives.